Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button for more hair videos, but let's go ahead and get started. So today on my client, we are going to be doing a full Babylight highlight, and as you guys could see, her new growth is pretty outgrown. That is all new growth up on top. It's about 3 to 4 inches, and then the rest of her hair is previously bleached. So starting off, we're going to start off in the back, and I'm going to be taking super small subsections, starting off around her hairline. Now for bleach, I'm going to be using Schwarzkopf Blonde Me with just a 10 volume developer. And the reason being for this is because this is going to take me quite a while to foil her, and I'm actually glad that I used a 10 volume because this took me almost 2 hours just to foil her completely. Now remember guys that the strength is not held in the developer, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I always thought it was until I actually learned that it's not. The strength is actually in the bleach. So you could still get a platinum blonde with just using 10 volume developer. You just got to be patient. And today we had a lot of patience just because my client had a lot of hair and I knew this is going to take me a very long time. So now talking about foiling when you're doing highlights. When you are doing Babylights, you want to make sure that you are taking very thin subsections and you're not doing anything too thick. Now also too, you want to make sure that you are pulling very tight on that hair. And what I mean by that is you want to pull and you want to put that foil really high up, making sure that no hair in between that foil and the scalp is showing. You want it to go exactly at the scalp. Usually whenever you pull, you want to make sure that you just ask your client like, hey, am I pulling too hard? Usually if you're pulling hard, that's a good thing just because you know that foil is not going to slip or be loose. So now for a closer look, I weaved out a section not too thick but also not too thin, and with that hair you want to over direct it up and have her look down. Now this is also going to give you some tension, and it's actually going to be really good. That way you know that your foil is going to be tight and it's not going to fall within time of you foiling that whole entire head. Making sure that the foil is tight is also going to help you avoid tiger stripes and any type of bleed outs from the bleach. Okay, so now this is what not to do. You don't want to start really down below and start weaving. And the reason being for this is because once you get your foil and you go in and you place it, as you guys could see, look at how you can still see the hair underneath. You don't want to do this. Instead, what you're going to want to do is take a very thin section and you're going to want to start up top. The farther up more you're going to start, the more of a smaller weave you're going to get, especially when you're baby lighting. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to take that foil again, and like I said at the beginning when you guys saw me, you want to lift that hair up and then place and pull with great tension, okay? Like I said, ask your clients if you're pulling too hard, that means you're doing good. You want that foil to be nice and tight so it does not move or fall within time of doing the whole entire head. Also, when you are adding the bleach, you don't have to put it all the way up to the top. And what I mean by that is use your best judgment, obviously, and put it high up. But within time, especially once the bleach starts to oxidize, it's going to expand. So you don't have to worry about putting it exactly right at the scalp, because when you do that, I feel like you're more likely to cause tiger stripes and then having to go back in and fix them. Now, this is another way as well that I'm showing you that you don't want to do. You don't want to take super thick sections and then add the foil. Look at how you still see hair right at that line between the foil and the scalp. You do not want that. So make sure that you guys are taking very small sections and just using your best judgment, and also too, taking your time. I know a lot of you wanted to see a video on this, and also too, a lot of you guys were asking on how you guys could get better at your timing when doing foiling. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, if you really want to get better and faster at foiling, I really recommend just to keep on doing it. It's a repetition work. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have clients who have a lot of hair. Like I said at the beginning, this took me almost 2 hours just to apply the whole entire foil to her head. So take your time. It's better to take your time and not be rushed and your work to come out crappy. And it's better just to relax, take your time. That way you know your work is going to come out good. So now that I am done foiling, what I usually like to do is go in with a damp towel and start taking out the foils that I started with from the back. And as you guys could see, she lifted very good. She lifted to about a level 9, 10, very pale yellow. So she's going to tone well. And as you can see, there was no bleeding involved with the foils. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of a root tap. So I like to tap out any of the placement that was high, or some of it that just didn't lift, or any of it that lifted warm. Now this is a great way if you guys are doing balayage and you have some very bad blending spots. I would recommend to go in and do this and go in with a little bit of a root mount. So today I'm going to be using Redken Shades EQ 4N and a little bit of a 7N. I don't want to go too dark. Like, I would not use just the 4N just because that would look really dark on her hair. But I also do want to use the 7N because when she grows out, I don't want it to look too dark or too light. I want to give her a nice blend. That way you don't see a harsh line. So all I'm going to go in and do is just tap her out. Now, as you guys could see, I usually start from the back and I section it off, and I'm just going to tap out the hair. I'm not going to blend it down. I'm just going to tap. Also, when you do this, you want to make sure that you are just tapping there. Don't drag it too down, because if you do, then it's going to look more of a root mount, but yet we still want to keep her looking very rooty but have her a nice blend. And I'm going to be leaving this for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to apply the toner. Now for toner, I did use Redken Shades EQ again, and I used a 10N and a 9V for her mid shaft to ends. Okay guys, so this is the final look. Me and my client were both so happy the way that this hair color came out on her. She's been wanting to go blonde for so long, but she was patient, and I appreciate her for being such a good client and working with me as well. But I hope that y'all enjoyed this, and as you guys could see, that 4N and that 7N just blended so well on her root. It is just tapped out to where she still looks like it's all the way to the root, those highlights, and she's rooty. But I will see you guys and talk to you in my next video. Bye guys.